Hello guys, welcome to the sixth video in this series. Now in the last video this is what we created. Uh, we created our bullet and we allowed our player to be able to fire bullets on the screen. Okay, so in this video we're gonna be creating the enemies. Okay, so we're gonna be creating enemies that the players can shoot at and actually kill. So that's what we're gonna be doing next. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is create our enemy.h file right there, and then we declare our class enemy just like that. Okay, public, private, just like that. So the public is going to be enemy. There we go. Oh, and my enemy is going to have a parameter. The constructor will have a parameter called star. All right. So we're going to be able to update our enemy. Our enemy can be rendered on the screen, and if our enemy ever allocates resources, we want to be able to dispose them. Okay, cool. So our enemies has a couple of things. Before any other thing, we should have our star right here. It has x, y. It's also got a radius. Then it's also got a speed, dx, dy, angle, I guess. Yeah, okay, I think that's that for now. We add more as time goes on. Alright, so let's make our enemy the cpp file right there. So I'm going to include my enemy.h, enemy, just like that. So the next thing I want to do is integer star, and then star, just like that. Good. Going enemy init. We're gonna call our enemies init function right in our constructor. Cool. So we're gonna switch up. The first thing we want to do is oh, I forgot one more thing for my enemy. We're gonna need a life. Okay, needs lives. I didn't actually create lives for my player too, so let me give my player a life right now. Lives. My player, I'm just gonna give it 3 lives for now. So pretty much good. Okay, so for the enemy star. So this is like the difficulty levels for each of the enemy. So depending on the how high the star is, will determine how difficult the enemy is to kill. Pretty much. Okay, nice. Oh, and I'm also gonna have color for my enemies. So Allegro color, just like that. So let's just make this Allegro 5, that's Allegro.8, yeah, just like that. Cool. So now I'm going to do the speed for this to be 4 and the lives to be equal to 1. The easiest of everything. Speed of this is going to be 6, and lives, let's just make it 2. Speed equal to, let's say, 8. So let's just keep at 6 and increase the lives instead. Yes. And then for this one, speed equals to 6 and lives equals to 5. So here speed will equal to 8 and lives will equal to 6, just like that. So this is the various stars I have for now for my enemy. So the next thing we need to initialize is the x, and I'm going to include the constant ZH that contains my game width and game height, because I need that right now. So my x is going to be the game width minus radius, which I haven't created yet. So let's create my radius. My radius is 10, just like my player. Radius, the same size as my player, basically. All right. So what else do we need to initialize? We need to initialize the angle. So angle. Now I'm gonna need the same function I had for my bullet. So the Turanians. Okay. So go to my enemy.h and add that in there. So I'm gonna have like okay. I need to also include the CMAT right there. Okay, so I'm gonna do cosine to radians, and I'm gonna pass in. So I'm gonna pass in random mod. So we're gonna go from basically 90 degrees. Okay. So basically we're gonna go 90 plus. So from 90 degrees, we're gonna go to let's see. We're gonna go from 90 to 181. So basically, we're gonna go from 90 to 180. Okay, I think that's what this means. All right, yeah. So we're gonna go from 90 to 180. The random angle we're gonna get from there. Cool. And so we're gonna do dx equals. So dx is gonna be the. And I made a mistake right here. Basically, I was supposed to put this. This was supposed to be for dx. Sorry. So dx equals cosine 2 radians, pretty much, angle, just like that, and the dy, and I did this again. Cool. So dy is going to be sine 2 radians angle, just like that. And you don't forget to multiply it by the speed, right? So once you multiply that by the speed, you should be good to go. Now the next thing we need to do, okay, just to make sure that we don't have a negative in our dx, I'm gonna wrap this up right here, and so I'm gonna wrap this up here, and I'm gonna call absolute. So we're gonna negate the absolute value of this, basically. Yeah, there we go. So I want the dx to start negative. Basically, this is what it means. All right. So yes, I'm going to be starting from the edge of the screen, from the right edge of the screen. I would like for the dx to start negative. Okay, cool. So for the y is going to start at game height divided by 2, basically. All right. So I'm going to keep this at the dy, and okay, let's just leave that for now. And the next thing we need to create is enemy update x plus equals dx, y plus equals to y. And then we're gonna do bounce checking, alright? Checking. So the bounce checking is the same as the player, so I'm just gonna go over to that place and copy this, alright? But instead of our enemies are changing the x direction, we're just going to change the dx direction right here. So instead of changing the x or the y, we're just going to change the vector, right? So minus 2y right there. The same thing we're going to do here. Dx equals minus dx, pretty much. Alright, and dy equals to minus dy. Cool. Now, before I continue, I need to, since I'm starting from the edge of the screen, I want to make sure that the player is in bounds, basically. I mean, the enemy is in screen before I start doing all these things. So I'm gonna have a boolean right here. Is on screen or something like that, and by default, is on screen. Is on screen is false. Okay. And so when I check, I'll be like, if x is less than, x is greater than 0, and x is less than game width, I'll be like, yeah. Well, basically, we just want to know if x is less than the game width, then we know that is on screen equals true. Okay, so we're gonna keep that in there, and so we can use this if is on screen. All right, and then we're gonna put this for bounce checking functions. And so we only want to check the bounce once our player stuff is on screen, basically. All right. So let's check that out. Oh, we can actually check that out. Sorry, I haven't even finished yet. Okay. Let me close this. All right. So void enemy render. Basically, so the next thing to do is to render our enemy on the screen, and that should be very simple. It'll draw field circle. We need to include the Allegro 5 images. So Allegro 5 slash Allegro images.h. Yeah. So once we do that, we come here and fill circle x, y, radius, and so we're passing the color, and that should be it. We also draw. Oh, okay, we just keep at this. Okay. Now the colors I have to specify for each of them. So color equals RGBA. I guess I'm gonna make one RGBAF pretty much. Or I'll just use RGBF and make this 100. This is red. Alright. And the next one is gonna be green. Alright. While the next one is gonna be blue, which is the I guess, yeah. This one is gonna be this. I don't know what color this is. And this one is gonna be basically this. There we go. So that's the colors we set, and I think one more function we need to implement. Dispose, but does nothing for right now. Cool. So the next thing we need to do is quickly go to our CMake list of text before I forget and add my enemy.cpp. Alright, nice. So we go to our where is it? Our game class. Start from the header file. So I'm gonna include the vector that's gonna hold our enemies, and I'm also gonna include the enemy.h header file. So here I'm gonna make an std vector of enemy, call this enemies, pretty much, yeah. And that is it. So in our game.cpp, we're gonna make some test data right here. Alright, and I equals I is less than let's just do 4 plus and enemies dot embrace back. We're gonna do new enemy. So we're gonna make 4 type 1 enemies pretty much. Alright. So we're gonna make 4 type 1 enemies, and the next thing I want to do quickly is update the enemy. So for to enemy enemy updates, just like that. We could also use this to let's see. We could also use this for the rendering. So let's render our enemies this way. Okay. So we change this to render, and for the dispose, we're also going to dispose our enemies, and then we're going to delete them, and then we're going to call enemies.clear. Pretty much. So that is that for everything. Before I run this code, I want to go to my main and seed random generator, and we can run this code now and see what we get. Let's see if this compiles at all. Okay, it's compiling. Let's wait a minute. Alright, and our enemies is popping up on the screen. Okay, and you can see they're running with variable speed. Now you can see that if you try to fire at them, well, you don't get anything. Let me change this color quickly, the color of my bullet, alright? Because I don't like the fact that the bullet is the same color as the enemy basically, you know, it kind of brings some sort of confusion. So I'm gonna change the red to something like 0.3, 0.7. Let's see what that looks like. I don't know what that is gonna look like, but let's check it out. Oh, nice, beautiful. I think this is cool, bro. Nice. So now we can have our bullet look different. Cool. So that is the enemy. So let me just test a little bit more and include. Sorry, where's my game? All right, and I'm gonna include four more enemies. I'm gonna include four more enemies. This one is gonna be type 2. So let's see. We should have 8 enemies on the screen that way. Let's see. Oh god, there we go. And the type 2 enemies are green. Nice. And they're ready to kill. Pretty much. Cool, cool, cool. So with that said, I think that's the end of this video. In the next video, we're gonna start with collision detection, and we're gonna start letting our enemy collide with our bullets, and we're gonna start killing enemies with our players' bullets. So see you guys in the next video. If you like this video, please click on the like button, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next video.